Good morning, skullcammers. How you going today, guys? What's going on at Skullcam? Well, take a look. Can you see out here? No? Well, walk this way. Walk this way, guys. Get this sucker open. Bam. Raining, raining, raining. So, what are we going to do? I'm not working on the rices. Nothing happening with the Subaru. And we don't want to stand around in an empty shed. What are we going to do, skullcammers? What are we going to do? How about we rebuild this sucker? So, I got this today off a mate. I don't own it. It's a 49cc pocket bike quad, pocket rocket, however you want to say it. It's tiny. It's a 2-stroke. And this is how I received it. In pieces. Nothing bolted down. No bolts. No screws. No nuts. Hangers. What's left of the pull starter. What else we got? No chain. And yeah, guys, stay tuned. Follow me along as we part-time build this little sucker for me mate. And once she's going, we'll give it back. Skullcam! So while we've got the motor on the ground here, guys, fresh out of the quad, I'll give you a bit of a general rundown in case you're not familiar with these. 49cc, 2-stroke, pocket rocket engine or pocket bike motor, however you want to say it. This is the accelerator, thumb control, thumb operated. Cable goes down all the way to the carby, which operates the slide inside the carby. So that's the carby, guys. This is like the flywheel, which the pull start connects to. These doobies here. And when you pull the string, these engage, spins that, cranks the motor and turns it on, basically. You got the coil pack here. This thing here, guys, is called the coil pack. Now it creates a spark which goes to the plug, and there's no spark plug in there at the moment, as you can see, but that goes on top of the spark plug. And as the flywheel spins around, I'll try and get you in the light, there you go. As the flywheel spins around, there's 2 magnets here, 1, 2, which are very rusty. And as they spin around past the coil contact point, there's one there, this metal thing, and there's another one down on the bottom. As the 2 magnets spin past the contact, it creates a spark, blah blah blah. There we go, so we'll turn it around for you. We'll come to this side. This is the, what do you call those? This actual piece is called the bell housing. And it's got a little cog on there which goes to your chain and runs the back wheel. Inside that is a centrifugal clutch, which basically the faster the motor accelerates, the clutch expands, contacts this thing and spins that. So it's an automatic, guys. The more RPM you give the motor, the harder you rev it, the more contact the clutch has, and the faster you'll go. Obviously until you hit top end. So that's a basic rundown of the 49cc 2-stroke pocket bike engine, guys. Up next, we'll be stripping it down, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on the internals and how they operate, and how we can fix them up for free, because the best way to do these cheap things is free. You don't want to spend any money unless you have to, and if you do, parts are cheap online off eBay or whatever. So yeah, guys, skullcam. Alright guys, we've removed the 4 Allen bolts with the larger size Allen key, and they came out of this clutch assembly. So that's inside, guys. Now this is the clutch I was talking about. As it spins around, it expands on these springs. You can't pull them out with your fingers, they're very hard. Anyway, the clutch expands, catches onto the outside of this bell, and then spins around. And when that spins, it's connected to the cog, and the cog spins, drives the chain, drives the back wheel. So that's the bell housing for the clutch, guys. That's the centrifugal clutch in there, which spins around, and the higher RPM, the faster you spin your motor, the further these are going to expand, the tighter it's going to grip onto the outside of this and spin your clutch bell, spin your chain, and bam, we're off and racing. Skullcam! Alright guys, that's the carby off. We loosened off that Allen bolt there, that Allen bolt there. They go all the way through the carby and stick out to the end there and bolt into your intake, what do you call this thing? It's like a reed block or an intake valve. But yeah, that screws onto there, guys. This is the carburetor. You see me take the slide out before, which goes, if you look on here, there's a line on that one and a shorter sort of, can you see that, guys? Hang on. There's that one there, short, goes about 1/4 of the way up, and there's a skinnier one on this side, it goes all the way up the side there. So if you look inside, can you see that? Anyway, there's 2 little tabs, a skinny one and a fat one. Skinny line goes on the skinny side, fat side goes on the fat side, and your slide goes in there. And as you accelerate, guys, as you accelerate, slide pulls up. Yeah, you get the idea. Skullcam! So if any of you skullcammers out there are watching and you've watched 3D Machines, I put on his comments on one of his videos on his brack board he's got. Sick little machine, guys. Shout out to 3D Machines. I'm subscribed and I watch you every day, bro. Anyway, back to the story. I'll give you a better shot later. Maybe I can undo it now. But in here, there's normally a tin reed. This thing in here. Right, it's normally tin. Can't probably see it, it's black. I've got a carbon fibre one in here. It gives you an actual power band on these little two-strokers. So yeah, 3D Machines. Strip down your pocket bike motor and stick a carbon fibre reed in it, bro. They're real cheap. They're like a couple of bucks off eBay. I've got a few here, I'd send you one, but I'm all the way in Australia and by the time you get it you probably could have bought one. So yeah, 3D Machines. Upgrade your brack board, bro. Skullcam! Skullcam back at ya. So guys, to undo the reed block, what you do is you loosen off 2 screws there, which are done off camera, of course. Alright, and anyway, they come out like that, bam. That's your, it's like a bracket, stops the reed opening too much, hits that. That's that one. That's your reed valve, like intake. There, guys, reed valve intake. And oops, falling apart. That's the carbon fibre reed. Okay, they're normally tin, they're normally silver. Once they bend, they become flexible, weak and soft like tin does. These carbon fibre ones stay flexy, they give you more pop, better sound. Big improvement just for such a small little thing, guys. And that goes on there like that. When you accelerate, air gets sucked in through there and fuel, and that opens, lets it into the engine and closes on the back pressure, which creates the power band effect, guys. That's what creates a power band effect on these pocket bike 2-stroke motors. Carbon fibre reed. If you haven't got one of them, I suggest you get one. Skullcam! Well guys, that's all I'm doing on the pocket bike at the moment. It's all in pieces. If you're doing this, I suggest you label your bolts or whatever, put them in some sort of container so you don't get them mixed up. I've been doing this for years. I know every bolt, washer, nut, screw, whatever. I know what it is, where it goes, blah blah blah. So I'll be fine. Besides that, this is Skullcam. We couldn't be bothered doing stuff like that. It makes for better entertainment, guys, seeing me stuff up. That's the pocket bike rebuilds underway. We got the road bike, we got the quad, we started pulling the motor down. I got a few backup motors for spare parts. Stay tuned. Tune in tomorrow, guys. If it's raining, if the weather's shit, we'll be doing more work on the pocket bikes. If the weather's nice, we'll be doing work on Rice Hyundai. If not, if I get too bored, there's nothing else to do, we can always go for a spin, go for a rally drive in the Subaru. Perfect weather for it. Skullcam!